Welcome back to Turkish Stars Explained, the channel where we break down Turkish stars going global, what's real, what's hype, and what moves actually change the game. Today's story is pure clickbait fuel, but it's also one of those platform signals that US viewers should not ignore. Prime Video already has a listing page live for Sandokan, the Pirate Prince. And yes, that's the big-budget Sandokan reboot starring Can Yaman. Now, before anyone screenshots this and screams, confirmed US release, let's be smart. A listing page does not automatically mean it's playable in every country today. Availability can be different by territory, and even Prime Zone pages can show different status depending on where you are. But here's the reason this is still a huge deal: when a major streamer has the show page built, title, season structure, synopsis, that usually means the infrastructure is in place. And infrastructure comes before the drop. So the real question we're answering in this video is Can Yaman about to have a real US discovery moment through Prime Video, and if so, what should fans look for next? Stick with me, because by the end of this video I'll give you 3 signals that tell you whether a listing is just a placeholder, or the start of an international rollout. Alright, let's break it down. 1. Why this Prime Video page matters, even if you can't press play yet. The Prime Video listing for Sandokan, the Pirate Prince, describes the series as a Season 1 story set in Borneo in 1841, with Sandokan living as a pirate under British colonial dominance, and a mysterious prisoner who believes he's the warrior from an ancient prophecy. That synopsis matters for one reason: it's written like a mainstream international adventure series, not like a niche local import. It's period epic, prophecy, rebellion, big villain energy. Those are streamer keywords for binge-worthy, global-friendly, and easy to market to audiences who have never heard the name Sandokan. And that's the first clue that this show isn't designed to live in one country. 2. Sandokan isn't just a Can Yaman show, it's an event series. If you only know Sandokan as that classic Italian title your parents mention, here's the modern reality. This new version is being pushed as an international event series, and it has a rollout strategy that screams, "We want this to travel." According to the production company LuxVeed's official news, the series premiered on Rai1 starting December 1, 2025, across 4 evenings, and it's also planned to be available soon on Disney+. That's not the language of a small local show. That's the language of a multi-platform rollout. Even more important, LuxVeed explicitly states that Fremantle will handle worldwide distribution. Translation: this thing is built to travel. 3. The cast is US-friendly, and that's not an accident. Here's where US viewers should pay attention. LuxVeed's own announcement lists a cast that includes Can Yaman, Alana Bloor, Alessandro Preziosi, and 2 names that American audiences instantly recognize: Ed Westwick, Gossip Girl, and John Hannah, The Mummy. That matters because when an international series wants to cross, it usually needs at least one familiar anchor, a face that makes a casual viewer think, "Wait, I know that guy. What is this?" Ed Westwick in particular is a huge hook for the exact audience Prime Video knows how to reach: people who grew up on early 2000s and 2010s pop culture and still binge romantic drama, thrillers, and glossy event TV. So if you're wondering whether the producers care about the US or at least the English-speaking streaming ecosystem, casting choices like this answer the question without saying a word. 4. The real American hook: this doesn't feel like Turkish drama branding. Let's be honest, in the US, Turkish drama is still a niche label for most mainstream viewers. People who love it, love it. But the average Prime subscriber? They don't wake up searching Turkish series. So the strategy to reach the mainstream is simple: don't sell it as Turkish drama. Sell it as a universal genre. And Sandokan is a universal genre. Pirate legend. Colonial-era rebellion. Forbidden romance. High-stakes villain. Cinematic settings and battles. A hero with a myth. That's not country branding. That's modern streamer logic: big characters, clear stakes, iconic visuals. And once you put that inside a familiar platform like Prime Video, the barrier for US viewers becomes much lower. 5. The clickbait question: does this mean the US release is next? Here's the honest answer: the Prime Video listing alone is not an official press release about a US date. But it is a sign worth watching, because streamers don't always build pages early unless they expect people to search for the title. And right now, people are searching for this title, because Sandokan is already airing in Italy. What happens in practice is usually one of three patterns. The show goes live first in one or a few territories, then expands. B. The listing goes live early because marketing materials and metadata are being prepared. C. The listing exists because the streamer has rights in some markets, and the rest are pending distribution deals. Given that the show has worldwide distribution handling through Fremantle, it's logical to expect territory-by-territory deals and rollouts, and Prime Video having a listing page can fit into that bigger distribution machine. So the short version is, not confirmed, but absolutely watch this space. 6. Why Can Yaman is positioned for a US discovery moment right now. Even if you've followed Can Yaman for years, the reason this moment feels different is the combination of factors. A global genre, adventure epic. An international production setup, LuxFeed/Fremantle. Recognizable cast for Western audiences. And platform searchability through Prime Video's ecosystem. When all of those line up, you get what I call a discovery window. A discovery window is when a star who is already massive in certain regions becomes easy for new audiences to stumble into, not because they were looking for him, but because the platform places the show in front of them. And Prime Video is built for that. You watch one glossy drama or action series, the algorithm says, try this. And suddenly, Can Yaman isn't a Turkish star, he's that pirate lead everyone's talking about. 7. The bonus headline, Can Yaman is also building Spain at the same time. Here's what makes this even more interesting. While Sandokan is rolling out as an international event title, Can Yaman is also stepping into Spanish-language production for the first time, with Sequoia Studios producing an 8-episode romantic thriller series in Spain. That tells you something important about his strategy. He's not betting everything on one market. He's stacking markets. Italy gives him event TV visibility. Spain gives him language reach into a massive global audience. And projects like Sandokan, with worldwide distribution, create the bridge into new territories. For a US viewer, that's the pattern of someone who's not trying international, but building a long-term international career. 8. So what should fans watch next? The 3 signals. Okay, here are the 3 concrete signals that tell you whether this Prime Video listing is just a placeholder, or the start of something bigger. Signal number 1, the page changes from listed to a playable in additional territories. Right now, the page exists and shows the season and synopsis. If you start seeing it become playable in more places, that's the clearest sign of rollout. Signal number 2, official distribution or platform announcements mentioning new countries. We already know the show has a global distribution plan. When you see announcements about territories, that's when the US question becomes real. Signal number 3, English language marketing accelerates. Trailers, subtitles, social clips, press interviews. When the promo shifts into English-heavy messaging, that usually means they're pushing beyond local audiences. And if those 3 signals start popping at the same time, that's when you can realistically say, the US discovery wave is coming. 9. Final take, this could be the gateway show. So is Sandokan guaranteed to break America for Can Yaman? Nothing is guaranteed. But the ingredients are there, and they're the right ingredients. A Prime Video listing that makes the title searchable. An international event series rollout beginning in December 2025. Disney Plus planned availability soon. Worldwide distribution through Fremantle. And a cast that US audiences actually recognize. If you're a Can Yaman fan, this is the kind of moment you watch closely, because big international careers don't always explode in one headline. Sometimes the biggest shift starts with something boring. A platform page, quietly going live. And then, suddenly, everybody's asking the same question. Wait, who is this guy? And that's when the new audience arrives. Outro/call to action. If you want the fastest updates on where Sandokan is streaming next, what territories get added, and what Can Yaman's next international moves look like, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Drop a comment, Do you think Prime Video is setting up a US release, or is this just a regional listing that fans are reading too deeply? Either way, we'll track it, and I'll see you in the next video.